Hey friends, come on in. We're going to start a little bit early today. Hubs is golfing, so I'm going to try to get done before he gets home. Not that it matters, but we're going to do a painting project tonight. This is part of a porch leaner. If you hop in, say hi. If you see the red live up in the corner, you know I'm live. If you don't, then you're on the replay, and if you'd hashtag replay, I'd appreciate it. This is a kit that I sell that's available. This is a porch leaner, and it has interchangeable parts. So I'm just going to get started. Hey Diane, I'm just going to get started painting a few things. I use these daubers a lot. They're not daubers, but they're round sponge brushes. I really like them. You can use them like that. Sometimes I do my first layer like that, and then I do my second layer. Because it seems like it takes a couple of coats. So that is that, and then this gets painted red. If you just tap it down, it gives you kind of a bubbly look, but that dries and it's on thicker. This is a really cute porch leaner. And then the red will get painted red, and the white, and the blue, blue. I think I got enough red for 3 of them. Oh, I hear my dog barking. She spends half her life barking. Goofball. All right, I'm going to dry that. Got my brushes down here in a container, so I got to reach over those. Then I got ready to go live, and I looked at my hair, and I was like, oh my gosh. I plugged my curling iron in, and I was going to use it, and I forgot. So here I am, without it. So you get what you get. Sometimes I'm such a dingbat. I kind of had a rough day today, you guys. A rough day. I wrecked my car. Doing a dumb bonehead move. You know, it's always hard when you make your own trouble. And that's exactly what I did. I have to tell you something funny though about last night. So Monday when I was live, whoop, I just knocked myself off. Monday when I was live, I told everybody that Tuesday I wouldn't be here because my granddaughter had a ball game. Well, she didn't have a ball game. It was her spring concert. And I realized that, like later that day or that night or something, I realized that I had screwed up, and it wasn't going to be a ball game. It was going to be her concert. So gets to be about 4:30 when John's going to come and get me, and we're going to go because the concert started at 6. It'll take us about an hour to get there. And you have to get there earlier. You don't get a seat. And I go in the house after out here, and I'm looking for something to wear, and I have softball on my brain, and I put on my softball t-shirt that says, so it shows big softballs across it, big yellow softballs, and then it says vibes or something, softball vibes. And I didn't wear like dress pants or anything fancy. I wore my yoga pants because I was thinking, I even said to my husband, I go, are you bringing your jacket? Because it's going to be cold. And he goes, yeah. And he didn't say a word, and I had my shirt on. He should have seen it, but he didn't see it. He goes, I don't pay attention. I go, that's it right there. You don't pay attention. And so we're like halfway there. We're already through Hastings. And then it just like dawns on me, oh my God, I'm wearing a softball shirt and I'm going to a music. I go, oh my God, I have on the softball shirt and we're going to a music concert. And my husband just laughed at me. He's like, you are such a nut. And I said, yeah, tell me about it. I know. So I had on a hoodie or a sweatshirt that I could zip up jacket because it's cold in their gym too, freezing cold. And I just zipped it up and nobody knew the difference. Of course, my husband had to tell my daughter, your mom's wearing a softball shirt. And I told my husband, I said, I'm telling you right now, if I would have had a pair of softball earrings, I would have worn them. And wouldn't that have been funny, going in there with those big old softball earrings on? So I'm glad I didn't have any, because I would have looked like a geek. So yeah, that was my funny for yesterday. I tell ya. Nobody expects me on this early. If you hop on, say hello. If you can sprinkle me out there, do it. Help a girl out. So you get these little spongy brushes like this. I get them on Amazon. I'm just going to go up there and I'll just touch that up with the red. And what gets, let's see. On this, that gets covered. That's a light blue. This one is a white. And this one is a dark blue. So this porch leaner has, my God, you guys, I can't even tell you. I'm just going to do that white. Has, oh my gosh, a ton of different different things that you can put in it. So this is the firework one. I'm just going to do some of these stripes are white. So that little one is, and that big one is, and that must be it. And this gets right down here. Very simple to paint these. All you have to do is just look at the picture, which I send a picture. If you order the item, I will send you a picture. I don't know the exact colors, but you can definitely figure out what you want to use. I think I'm just going to paint that white. Looks like that gets white. And that gets blue. So we'll let that dry. That bottom part doesn't have to be covered so well. This is really not going to make that much difference. That gets put into the bucket anyway. Into the bucket. So I'm going to set that down there and let that dry. And now we're going to do, I'm going to do true blue on that one. Find me another spongy. You can even offload it a little bit if you don't want it to be too thick. Sometimes it squeezes between your letters and you don't really want that. And I think that that is going to be the color of the other firecracker. I'm going to need to grab me let me grab a smaller brush. Let me grab something, a couple of things here. I'll just grab a few different sizes. And this comes back. I think I'm going to set this down. So how was your Wednesday? Good? Good. I hope it was good. So this gets the blue. That white's not quite dry. And this star gets blue. It gets hard to use the sponges when you're getting up next to things. So I'll paint that with a brush. And this has the firecracker that goes over it, so you won't really see that. This is just acrylic paint. And like I said, you can pick any color you want, however you want it to be. It's totally up to you. Raining and snowing? Oh my God. Come back to Nebraska. Is it like on the ground snow? Or is it like hit the ground and melt snow? Isn't that something? I remember going on a family vacation in June. My sister's birthday is June 11th, or it was. She's gone now. And we went up into the mountains, and I remember we stayed at the Rocky Mountain National Park we camped, and we went into a snowfield. It was at the top, or kind of up at the top of a mountain. I don't think it was Pikes Peak, but we did go there too. But it's like, I remember there was snow, June 11th. We made snowballs. We were in shorts, and we made snowballs. It was kind of funny. But that was kind of an exciting day because her birthday. With snowballs, and we have family pictures of that. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, rain makes it slushy. Isn't that something? Gosh. God, I'm over snow. I was over snow a long time ago. Like, we had winter for a week, and I was so over it. I was just like, I am over it. We don't need any more. And we really didn't get that much more after that. It didn't seem like. Ooh, I let that brush sit out of water all night. That was not a good choice. So I think I'm going to, maybe this will work. Just going to brush some on this. Needs to be just a little bit darker. And this is Tuscan red. let that dry and then get that, where that meets right there. And the firecracker gets some red and some blue. Hi, Lori. Doing a porch leaner. Wait till you see this beauty. It is amazing. So that little piece is red, that's white, and that's blue. Hi, Carly. So this is an interchangeable porch leaner. I need to dry that. So this is just one design. So I was telling Diane today, Lori, that I wrecked my car. I went down to the treasure trove, and we have a area in the back that we can take our donations, and I had my car full of donations from Amy, and then I had a desk that I wanted to take down there, and I was backing my car up, and I thought I had cleared the cement step, and I didn't, and I hit it. And I about started bawling. That's the first time I wrecked a car since, I think, probably I bought my shop in 1990. I think I had an accident like in 1991 in Hastings, maybe 92. I haven't had an accident since then. I haven't dented a car, I haven't wrecked a car, nothing. But man, I did it this time. And I was sick. You know, when you cause your own grief, it just makes you sick. Like, what a dumbass move. And the sad thing is, I drive a Mercedes. And that thing has been, like, we got it, it was kind of in COVID when we got it. And it was used. And it's been like, it seems like every time we turn around, it's always big money, no matter what. And of course, John freaked out. I went to my car guy. He goes, well, take it over to Terry and have him take a look at it and make an estimate for us. So I took it over to him, and he told me he said, I did something stupid like that the other day. And I go, what? I go, yeah, but at least you can fix your problems. He goes, well, he goes, my deal was, he goes, it ended up costing me, he had to repair somebody else's car because he hit it. So it did cost him money. And he was like you, Lori. He said he was in a hurry. He was working at the body shop. He goes, I was kind of pissy. I was hot. I was tired. And he said, I remember I looked at that semi that was parked across the street, and he said, I said to myself, Self, you better be careful when you back out. You don't hit that thing. And he said, then he got ready to leave to go home, and he got in his truck because he was just ready to go, and he was just tired, and he backed out, and goosh, he hit it. And he said, I didn't even stop and look. He goes, I was going home for lunch because I think the truck was there for him to repair anyway, some other kind of repair on it. And he goes, I just went home. He goes, I was just like, I don't even want to look. So he said, I waited till I came back. And he said, I tore the whole grill out. I said, didn't it make you mad when you do stuff to your own self? It's like, I was looking in my rearview mirror. I was looking in my camera. I have a backup camera. I was looking, and I thought I'd cleared it, but I didn't. And my car didn't beep. If it did, I didn't hear it. I heard no beeps. I just heard a I'm like, oh, for the love. And then I came home and was checking my emails and had some kind of a goofy email telling me that I was being sued because I had an infringement on music on a video. And I'm like, I don't even do videos. Like, what they're talking about is like reels, and you know, people will put music behind their reels, and I don't. My reels that I do are just from what's left over. After I get done with a live, you know, it just makes its own self, so it doesn't. I don't put music to it. You just hear my voice, and I don't know. I got. I don't know what the dollar amount is, but because he's got to put that together. My husband immediately was like, well, that's going to be $5,000. And I'm thinking, oh my Lord, I sure hope not. But then I went over there and he goes, we don't have to replace this. He goes, I can fix this. And he goes, but we're going to have to replace this because it's plastic. So it's like the quarter panel is going to be fine, but I gouged it into that cement. I just scraped it. I go, I thought I cleared it. And he goes, you almost cleared it. He goes, you were close. It just got the back of just got the you know, like the corner. I wish you just would have knocked my light out. Oh no. So then I got home, yeah, and then I see on my email that I'm being sued for some kind of an infringement. And I was like, what the heck? So I sent that to a friend. I sent a message to a friend that kind of knows those things. And I asked her, I'm like, is this legit, or is this a lie? And she said, it's a scam. So that was good. I thought it was, but you know what? Some of those things look so real that you don't know what the heck is a scam and what the heck isn't a scam. And don't you get tired of having to fight that crap all the time? God. It's like, you know, and then like I put a post on my Facebook page, and then I got idiots then I have people that say things, and then I got these idiot men that come in there and want to hit on my girls. I'm all day long deleting and blocking people. Had one today, hit my lemon drop girl. I'm like, you idiot. I just want to say something to him, but I don't. I never engage. But I'm telling you, every day, one of those idiots are trying to hit me up and send me a private message or be my friend. Oh, and the tolls. Yeah, I get those too. And everybody should know by now those are scams. Those are scams. But you know, I don't suppose my dad would know that. You know, he's an elderly guy. I don't think my dad would know that that was a scam if he got something like that. He's not really, he's not big on his cell phone, and so I'm sure he doesn't get those. But I should warn him just in case. Because I think that's how they get elderly people that don't know. And my dad should know because he never leaves town. So he should know he would never go over a toll. But I tell you, when I went to Jeff's last time, I came home, and I always used to, in Kansas, you would always pay a toll. Well, this last time I went, the places where you got off and got your ticket, you just drive through and grab your ticket, and then you would go so many miles, and then you'd pay your ticket. You know, you'd pay your toll for how many miles you went on the road. Well, they had taken those out, and it was so I didn't get off and get a ticket, and I never did cash in to pay anything. And I thought, well, how is that? Well, they sent us a letter and said that we owed a toll. So I kind of wonder about that. If that's something that... So then, you know, my husband actually he paid it, and it actually was a letter, like paper. It was a letter. And he knew that I'd been to Kansas, so he knew that. But don't you just sometimes think if those idiots would spend time doing legit stuff instead of trying to scam everybody, their life would be a lot better. And so would ours. So would ours. Yeah, no, it didn't even hurt me a bit. No. Too bad it didn't, because maybe that would have made John feel a little bit better. Oh my God, he just freaked out. Oh my God. Because he was going to help me unload the car, and I said, I'll just do it. So I went in there and I said, I should have let you help me, because you never would let me hit that wall. I'm a dummy. I told the guy that that's doing my estimate, I said, see, if I wasn't taking my kids' crap to the treasure trove, I wouldn't have gotten an accident. Wouldn't have dented my car. But it's me. It's all me. All right. So I'm going to switch this out. I'm going to lay this over here on the floor. Bring this one up, because this big part of it is going to be this light blue. This part is. And then we're going to go over this white again. And then we'll start hooking this baby together. And wait till you see it. It's so stinking cute. So I started watching The Conclave. Isn't that interesting? I've been wanting to watch that movie, and I didn't know how to do it. And so I Googled, how do I watch The Conclave? And they said it's on Amazon Videos. So I'll finish watching it tonight. I have a whole nother hour to go on it. But I think that's all pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right, let's see if I can get that red without getting it on the white. And tomorrow I have in the mentor group that I'm in, she's going to talk about these scams. And so I sent her the email of my scam so that she can give everybody a heads up. So for anybody that cares or that it matters to, you will never get an email from Meta telling you that you have infringement rights on music. They will send it directly to you, to your account on Facebook. So that was good to know. They will not send you an email. Oh, I need to offload some of that. There we go. So I cut out a bunch of new stuff today, a bunch of new watermelon stuff. You guys, I have a special going on right now with a whole group of snowman stuff or snow stuff. It's snowman ornaments and a stander and then a word thing. I believe I put all of that in the offering for $25 for all of it, and it's free shipping. So, geez, take advantage of it. I'm going to set that down. But you guys are really liking to see my fat butt when I bend over. The back of my shirt's pretty cute, though. All right, I'm going to call it. That's going to be it. I don't throw these things away, you guys. I wash them. Use them again and again and again. No worries. So I have a brush on glittery stuff. I'm going to grab it. Hold, please. And it's from my ceramic shop, but I'm sure that you can get this at Hobby Lobby. Over in the paint section, I would imagine that you can get. This is Kimple, so that's ceramic, so you can't get Kimple brand, but you should be able to get a brand of brush on sparkle. So if you don't want to deal with glitter and you want some sparkle, this is what you want. If you can get the dang thing open. Oh my Lord, have mercy. And the reason why is because this stuff is like glue. See, it's just like glue. So I want this all to be dry, and then we'll put it together. I did a lot of prep work because I didn't know how long it would take. I shouldn't have. Hey, Holly. Were you able to ever figure out if you were going to be able to go to ChalkCon or not? Did you find anybody to room with? Those cool things too. Well, my car, Carly, it's my back quarter panel. I scraped it, but he can fix that, he said. Then the next part below, I dented that in big time. So that's shot. That's going to have to get replaced. And then he said the bottom part, which I guess is the bumper, it had a little it wasn't cracked or anything. But I scraped it, and he said that that's going to, that is going to start to peel off because everything is plastic. Isn't that terrible? Everything is plastic, and he said, and then that chrome, you know, the on that bumper, it's not even chrome, it's paint, or it's not even paint. I don't even know what it is. But he said that'll start peeling. But I asked him, I said, well, he goes, I wouldn't have to replace it. It's not cracked or anything, he said, but you know, so we'll see. I said to him, I go, well, when you do the estimate, I said, do the estimate with that and without that, or let us know how much that piece costs. So he's going to do that. And then we'll figure it out. My husband said, well, you know it's going to at least be $1,000. And he goes, our deductible is $1,000. I go, well, I don't think I want to turn it in anyway. So, I mean, I guess if it was $2,000 and fix that part, you might do that. But I don't know. You know, it seems like everything hits you at once. You know, this wedding that we're going to in Wisconsin, it's like an unplanned vacation, and you're spending money on a vacation that you really didn't plan on, and if you had a choice, you wouldn't have chosen it, and that's kind of hard. We love the guy that's getting married, and he's a really good friend of my husband's, and so that's why we're going. And I know we'll have fun. And I know we're going to see some beautiful parts of the country. And we're going to be driving part of it. So we're renting a car. So we're going to be able to enjoy it. And so I know that it's going to be fine. So I'm going to take one of these little teeny daubers sponge brushes and put some blue over here. And I'm going to put some blue dots on this. And I just kind of... I'll make sure I get a sort of a circle. My son is in the Dominican Republic right now, Santo Domingo. I'm a little nervous about that. Doing business over there with his company. Let's see. Hole in down there. Looks like a party hat, doesn't it? Okay, that's good enough for that. And then I'm going to put small, or I need to put them on the star. Let's see, this red just gets lines. This star gets, this white star gets red dots. And I'm just going to use, I'm going to go grab my stylus. Hold, please. My big stylus. It is right here. At least I thought it was. I'll just use this one. It's probably right here. And that's going to get smaller red dots. I don't really want to lay it there, so I guess I'm going to lay it there. Thought I was going to have to work today, but then in the end he didn't need me, so I suppose tomorrow. And so Stella does not have a game Thursday night. So here I told you guys Thursday night. Laura, you didn't hear about my funny. So we went to Stella's last night. We went to Giltner last night, and I had told you guys on Monday that she had a ball game on Tuesday, Well, then after I got off my live, I was like, she didn't have a ball game, you goofball. She has her spring concert. So I do my thing yesterday around here, and I get my poop in a group, and I get ready to go. John's going to pick me up about 4:30 because it takes an hour to get there, and then we want to get there early enough we get a good seat. And I go in the house, and apparently I still had softball on the brain, and I put on a softball t-shirt like a dummy. It's a softball. It has big yellow softballs across the front, and it says Vibes on it. And I made it last year for games. And so I get in the car, and we head off, and we're like 40 miles down the road, and it dawns on me. I said to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing a softball shirt, and we're going to her concert. And I was like, what the heck? What kind of a nut am I? So I had on a zipper hoodie, and I just zipped it up, and nobody was the wiser, but oh my gosh, what a dummy. I told my husband, I said, when I was getting ready, I thought, man, if I had some softball earrings, I'd wear them. Good thing I didn't, because I would have had those in my ears. I need to make some. So, John couldn't wait to tell Amy about her mom, about how goofy her mom is. And I'll never hear the last of this car thing. I'll never be able to live it down. And he's done some dumb things. He's backed into his steps back there. It's a dock behind his business. You know, he's made some mistakes too, but he doesn't have to answer to anybody. Oh, Holly, that's too bad. I get FOMO. I can't handle it. All right. So then this is the glittery stuff. Let me grab, geez, I keep walking away. Let me grab a different brush. This is just brush on. It looks white. It looks milky. It dries clear. And it's just going to put some little glitzies on my fireworks. You could put glitter if you wanted to. But this way, it's not so messy, and it still kind of gives you the glittery vibes. I think I'm going to put it on these stars too. So it's just brush on sparkle. I know they have it at Hobby Lobby, but it just is not this brand. But in all honesty, if you get there and you want it and they don't have it, let me know, because I can get this for you. I might even have some on hand here. I think I want to, I guess they kind of dry brushed a little bit of red over this one thing, but I'll do that. I'm going to do that later. So this, well, let's just do this. Let me grab my glue. Now I got to grab something again. It's always right at my work table, which is 3 steps away. So this just gets these things glued up here on the top, or on the top and bottom. This is Art Glitter Glue. It's amazing. It holds like iron, but it gives you time to move. If you need to move something, it gives you time. And sometimes I need time. So it's just going to say red, white, and blue on this little thing. And you can put them however you want. This needle thing, I bought at Hobby Lobby. It's just a universal lid that goes on this glue, Diane. And it has a needle thing that goes right down inside it and it goes shut. And I think I'm going to set that one this way. And it dries clear. But it does dry kind of shiny, so you kind of want to be careful. You can buy this glue and it comes with a lid with a little metal one. I had that one. It was kind of weird because they wanted you to I should have moved that up just a skosh. I'm gonna have to paint that probably. It's gonna be shiny where the glue was. So red, white, and blue. You can get a Q-tip and get it out of there too, you guys. And these are like pointed ones, and they're called Swispers. And you can get them at Walmart. And you can get them at Amazon too. So that's what that is. That's just, and all of this sign all has this. They all have this piece. It's all different, but they have that piece. It'll all make sense when I put it together. So this goes over here. Whoa. I'm afraid those dots are still going to be. And this gets some line work on it, and I'll do that. I don't know if this is, so it just gets like, I just run some things down, and then they do some dots, which I'll probably go over and do. And then they go over to the side, like that. And same for this. And that gets glued on that one. And usually I use my bigger glue for this. I usually just use this one for detail, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I noticed when these were cutting that they aren't exactly the same size as what they fit over, which I thought was odd. But it works. And that little doodad goes right there. Oop. Need to paint that star a little bit more down there. Right down in there. That's why you do a little test fire. Just to be sure. Get a hold of that booger. Get it in the right place. Stick her down. So I think I will do some line work in between that and do a little detail, but I want to show you guys how this thing works, and then we'll be good. So this is my sign. This is a 1 by 12, 4 feet tall, and I sell the bucket. So in the kit you get the bucket and these green things, and then up here at the top. I'll just pull out my drawer and set it down. So here's the deal. There's a gazillion of these, and they fit in here, and you just pop them in, and it goes. I tried it earlier. You want it to be tight because you don't want it to fall out. But if you wanted to, you could tape the back of it too. And then these, and there's different ones. There's a pocket right there. It slips right in that pocket. So that's what that looks like. How cute is that? Now let me go grab my sunflowers, because I did those a long time ago, and I hadn't even made the board, and I did the sunflowers, and I'll show you what those look like. As a matter of fact, I didn't even do the sign. So here's the sunflowers. I freaking love sunflowers. But the sign is, again, just like that. But this one says Hello Sunshine on it. So you put the Hello Sunshine with your, and you guys, when I say that there are a lot, I want to tell you. I'll tell you what there is. So this slides out. This slides in. Goes right in the bucket. And then you change this up here. So isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. I love stuff like that. I love stuff that you can interchange and use for different occasions. And you don't have, you don't have a gazillion things that are taking up room like crazy. Wait till you see how many there are, Diane. How many of these things there are. I'll tell you here just a second. So it's a 1 by 12, and so you would need to get your own board, and then I cut the rest of the pieces. So I stuck my papers in here. So here's one that says Fresh Cut Lavender. I'm going to go to the page. I just printed off a bunch of different ones. Here's ladybugs, lemons, Hello Spring with flowers. Here's one that has like a whole page of different. But look at that lemon one. I love that. And here's a watermelon one. Sweet Summertime. So I just printed out this, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 18 different ones just here, and I think there's more than that. So there's watermelon, sunflowers, lemons, lavender, ladybugs, a topiary tree with birds on it, a watering can with garden stuff, dragonflies, bees, flip-flops, fireworks, just like that, scarecrow, I have that one, I have the sunflowers, the pumpkins, Christmas presents, spring flowers, St. Patrick's Day, sweets, says hello sweets, and it's cupcakes, and then there's a snowman that says welcome friends. But I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of different. Here's rain boot with tulips. That one I didn't see. Here's hot chocolate, cocoa. Cute. Here is Christmas ornaments. Merry Christmas, or what's it say? Merry and Bright. Merry and Bright. And then the lavender and the ladybugs and the spring flowers and the lemons. And I know there's football and baseball and all sports, and so yeah. But how stinking cute is that? I'm gonna put that out. I don't know if it'll, I'm really windy and I don't have a porch. So I'd probably have to somehow secure it so it doesn't get the crap blown out of it. But again, slides out and slides in, just like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would look awesome. I tell you, I wish I had a porch. Hi, Denise. Little Doodle, she's in here. So yeah, so I sell these kits, guys, and like I said, so you buy the bucket and this. The bucket, I think, comes with this and this frame. Yeah, so it comes with the greens, the bucket, and the frame. And then you just buy the different inserts. So there you go. Fun. And this is just a 1 by 12. What?
What are you doing?
My live. My husband. A 1 by 12 that I got at our lumber yard. 1 by 10 was just a little bit too narrow. I wanted my bucket to be all the way on. So there you go, guys. What fun. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you can sprinkle me out there, I'd appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Thanks so much. Love you all. Bye. My finish button won't finish. Oh, for Lord's sakes, what's going on? Oh, Facebook. Oh, my battery's low.